Welcome, beloved kind hearts. This video is coming to you right now because you are ready for this information. You're ready to not just hear it, not just learn about it, but to embody it. For it to shift the cellular memory in your body and your being. And this is because you are someone who is realizing, remembering, and embodying your divine nature, your soul essence. And this is beyond, this is beyond just the analytical mind. This is not about just digesting more and more information. This is because it is time now that we are, as a collective, embodying the soul. Because we are walking the path of remembering divinity in all things, in everything. Now, this also may be coming to you because maybe you haven't always felt that you are divine, that you are worthy. And most importantly, that there is this two-part playing out on one another. The part of you that knows that you are divine, you are holy, you are sacred, and that this is all of you. But there's this other part that struggles to bring the gift of you to the world, that struggles to trust, that maybe worries about judgment. And I'm talking about a very physical thing here as well. And I'm talking about this because I have gone through this. I feel it and sense it come up with me time and time again. And yet I'm still here making videos time and time again to talk, to be seen, to be visible with a message that I feel is so true to my heart, with the teachings and embodiment processes that I have gone through, that I am bringing out regardless of whatever could possibly be thought beyond that, because the true thought is the one thought of divine love. And that's what we have to overcome, all of those illusions that are ingrained in our body, in our cellular memory, through times before we were even born, through our ancestry, through the collective field where, say, women were burnt at the stake for being magical, for being embodied emanations with their sexual energy just fully embodying themselves, and that was crushed. That sometimes lives in us. It could be even when you were younger and someone told you that you looked funny in something that you were wearing, that the way you spoke sounded unusual and weird, or you had a squeaky voice. Maybe you even look in the mirror and you start saying nasty things about how you look in the clothes that you've chosen to wear. And all of that is actually depleting yourself from really showing up, because you think, well, I'm like this. I haven't got this together. I'm still looking to work through this, so I can't show up fully as myself yet. But the practice really is showing up showing up as yourself regardless, right? Showing up regardless of whatever is being told through the body, right? How can we actually make the body feel safe and worthy that we are embodying our truth, that we are embodying that part of us that knows that we are divine, that we have something to give to this world. And this doesn't mean showing up in big public spaces on social media. This might just be showing up in your family, at work, in your community, as yourself. Because those are the really tricky parts to show up in. More so, you can put a camera on, you're just talking to yourself right now. You don't know that that who's going to be watching that if you uploaded it. And that can be a fear in itself, but it's being face to face with other people, no matter what they may be thinking about you in their mind, what their perspective and their lens of reality is telling them, but it's about what are you going to emanate out and shine beyond all else. Are you going to let the story of the past dictate to how you show up now? Are you going to allow that? Because the body is holding that potentially, and it keeps telling you that. This consciousness that comes from all encompassing everywhere, everything. When you're in that deep, beautiful, expansive meditation and your higher self is speaking through you and is like, oh, this is you, this is you, you, remember this, you, the love, the beauty, the joy, the excitement, this is why you have come here to earth, this is why I think you're so incredible and magical. And it doesn't matter about what your body is telling you. It doesn't matter if you have a disability in the body. It doesn't matter if you feel that you're a bit sick or a bit ill. It doesn't matter if you haven't got enough money in your bank account. It doesn't matter where you live. I love you. I see you. I want to see you see yourself. And you're like, yes, yes, yes. Let's drop it. Let's let it all go. And then you open your eyes and you think, oh, okay, where's that voice gone? Where's that feeling gone? Where's that sense gone? Oh, I'm looking in the mirror. Oh, that top's got a bit of a hole in it. Oh, I can't show up today. Can't show up as myself. I'm not. Look at me. I'm someone who has a hole in my shirt. How does that really serve you? Getting caught up in the hole in the shirt over what your infinite divine nature is. Because your infinite divine nature is not focusing on the hole in your shirt, your neighbor's shirt. It's not focusing on any kind of materialistic thing to define itself, whether it's going to penetrate its eternal existence into that, them, you. It just will. It just is. And if we can actually come to that point of awareness in those moments, can you find that practice to focus in on your divine nature, even in those moments when you catch that little voice, that body that starts to contract, that doesn't see itself, that judges the less than, the lack, the hierarchies, the levels, who's got a degree, what education you've done, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what's on the scale. Doesn't matter what kind of food you eat, right? And I'm saying all of this because more than ever, even within the spiritual community, where we're striving for that wholeness, that connection, and to live and embody that, we think that it's also about all of those things. And yes, to some degree that can make you feel good, right? When we eat organic food, we're gonna feel good. But can you feel into that divinity even if you can't afford to eat that organic food? If you've had to go and eat a pot noodle, it's something that we really judge upon ourselves, and we may even be judging upon other people. Are you going to a circle, a ceremony, and looking around, oh, that person, they've got all the get up, they've got to get up. I'm going to hang out with them. That you can tell they've put the work in, because, you know, they're wearing all the outfits, right? They got all the stuff. That means that they're at a level. They're at a level, you know. And you ignoring the people that maybe they're just rocking up in white shirt and jeans. They didn't adorn themselves with any fancy jewelry. Their aura doesn't give off that they're a bit flash. They got some money behind them, or that they've been doing the work. Sometimes we really have to question ourselves, you know. We can get caught off guard with what we see in the materialistic world and take that as that's the essence and the vibration that's being emanated, you know. And I think how we dress, how well we look after ourselves, you know, how many times a week you go to the gym, you know, what kind of education that you've studied, how many courses you've done, how many days and hours that you meditate in a day, like all of these things can make us feel good and can definitely give off a sense of something, right? But it isn't actually the thing that creates the divinity and the eternal nature. It could make you feel more connected to it because you're being more present and focused on that. In some ways, it's like an intentional, ritualistic process for some people to dress a certain way, to speak a certain way, to do certain practices every day. But again, doing it or not isn't going to make it the thing. So if you're at a point in your life where you're thinking that you need those things to achieve a certain goal, a certain vibration, you're going to be met with resistance there at some point on the game, where it's going to say, do you really need all this? Maybe even, you know, this is where you even see sometimes people talk about becoming, you know, millionaires. They had everything and then they realize it wasn't it. And you think, really? But come on, we all need money to survive in this world, especially in the Western world, you know. If you live in the UK, in Europe, somewhere like that, a lot of people need housing. Supermarkets is the main place to go and get food, right? But they realize that there's something more, that the important thing to focus on, that actually didn't cost them anything, and it didn't require them to do any of the things that they'd done. But they obviously had to do all of that to figure it out, that actually there was something else they were looking for, something else they were searching, and it was actually there all along, just waiting for them to say, yeah, I've been here all along waiting for you, because I'm always here for you, never alone, because I'm here. When you're ready to love all those parts of yourself and accept, I will be here, just like I was every other step of the way. So if that medicine, if that really helped to hear that, to feel that, I want to give you an embodiment practice, and it is in the link below. It is really connecting to the heart of your voice, the voice of your heart, in a somatic way that we can really digest that and embody that process. So do join that, and otherwise I will see you in another video.